most people probably haven't heard of Heart Reach Australia. It started out, I guess, in the wake of what I saw in Vietnam, and it was primarily, in the first instance, an organisation that was taking in donated hospital equipment from Australia and trying to bring some sort of quality of medical care and facilities to some of the poorer regions of Vietnam. That evolved into a more hands-on approach where we started a children's sponsorship. I guess that was off the back of a lot of people saying that they don't donate their children's sponsorships because so much goes into administration. So we set it up in such a way that we have people who sponsor costs, and if people sponsor a child, then all that money goes to the child.
Chris takes the camera crew north of Ho Chi Minh City to a place called Wave. In this area, Heart Reach Australia has sponsored children, and they are also helping several families.
Yeah, we're coming into Dong Ha, between Dong Ha and Con Thi, central near the 13th parallel, and we have a number of children we're sponsoring here. One of them is a girl called Queen, who's 12 going on 13, and we've been looking after her in a special way because her mum is wheelchair bound. The last time we came here it was winter, they had no blankets and they were shivering. We've been able to supply a wheelchair to her, buy blankets, things like that. And it's always beautiful to come here because she's always smiling, she always loves being able to do well at school, and she's doing well at school. And it makes everything that we do here worthwhile.
There are many people in Vietnam that need support. Heart Reach Australia realises that it can only help a very small proportion of these people. However, for every person and family that it does assist, lives can be changed. People can see hope and education can be given. To this family, the simple assistance of a wheelchair and financing school fees has made a huge difference to their daily lives.
The children are the ones who originally grabbed my heart. I think I've cried more over kids than anything else. But when you see babies with those sort of congenital things, and when you see 3, 4, 5-year-old kids dying of dengue fever and other things that they contract, which in Australia they get sick but they be made well because of the facilities that are available and the medical care that's basically on every corner. We're just coming into a little place called Tan Tac, which is down in Ben Tre in the Mekong Delta area of Vietnam. We've been working here for a couple of years and started a children's sponsorship program down here. That led us to see the needs of setting up a little medical clinic. So we've started that building and we're going today to check that out and see how near completion it is.
On this trip, we head to the Mekong Delta to visit another child sponsor. People in this region often live in small villages with little support or infrastructure in the area. By adding a medical clinic here, this will make a big change to many lives and also assist the health of many children. Chris inspects the nearly completed clinic.
And this area will be used for health education programs. So it doesn't exist at the moment, so it'll be the first time that people in this region will be able to learn about health and hygiene and dental care, children's programs, mothers, women's issues. So we want this to be a centre for the whole area, and especially dealing with the poor people.
Heart Reach Australia has sponsored children in many areas of Vietnam. Because of this sponsorship, many of these children are doing very well in their school education. Today we meet Mai, a girl who shows exactly what can be achieved with the support of Heart Reach Australia.
This is Mai. Say hello, Mai.
Hello.
And Mai is one of our very special girls in the Peter Brock Memorial Child Sponsorship Program, and she is #1 student, not just in the region and the province, but this part of Vietnam. And she is doing very, very well. They're a very poor family, but she really, really works hard. She sings as well. This is the house which these folks rent. It's really just a lean-to with a tile floor, and the rest of it's mud and bamboo tied together and wires going everywhere. They don't complain because for them this is the only life that they can have. So it's pretty special. The program itself was set up as a memorial to Peter Brock, who was our patron in the early days. So the Peter Brock Memorial Children's Sponsorship Program has as its primary function to allow children to go to school because most of the poor kids don't. Many of them are out on the streets selling tickets and begging and doing what they can. So firstly, we get them off the streets by giving them their education costs, some food costs and some clothing costs. So $25 a month can meet all those needs of the average child in that region.
Peter Stewart is the Director of Laser Sight Centres and is also the patron of Heart Reach Australia. Peter, who came under the influence of the late Fred Hollows, has a heart for the poor and needy. For years now, Peter has visited Vietnam and assisted medical personnel in major eye hospitals through training programs and consultations with patients. Some of the work undertaken with the blind school in Vietnam is simply wonderful. Through music, children are gaining a new sense of achievement and encouragement. As an individual or a group, they just love to sing or perform.
My goal, I guess, is to see that base of effectiveness in Vietnam develop further and increase and become greater in its effectiveness and impact on the quality of life of people.